How's it going, YouTube? Tyler, the semi-mechanic here, guys. What we got going today is another episode of fixing yet another Mudflap bar. However, for this episode, we're going to be using a new method, and that method is come-alongs. Come-alongs are a fantastic tool to own and have, and I've been doing so many of these bars that basically over time I've learned how to do this as fast as possible. So the reason why we can use a come-along in this situation is because all I have to do is rebend the bar and the bracket. Nothing is cracked or broken off, so no welding or torching is needed. It should be a pretty easy fix. I'll show you what we got going. All right, guys, so what we got going here is another case of a smashed Mudflap bar. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put the come-along on here, and I'm gonna get this bar up and horizontal for starters. I'm going to re-tighten the bolts that are installed. The bolts are common to loosening, even with lock nuts and lock washers, they still loosen because when the bars get hit, something has to give. So usually the give point is right at this bolt to help it from not bending, but it can only happen so many times. So we're going to get this up, and then we're going to get it tightened, and then we're going to work on straightening this mangled mess as best we can to get this trailer turned back in, because we're getting rid of these garbage lease trailers. First, I'm going to get this Mudflap out of the way because I'm going to have to get rid of it anyways, so I'm going to take it off.
Now I'll bring the bar up on the other side.
Guys, now that we got it up and re-secured, we're going to put more come-alongs on this bar to pull it. The problem I'm running into right now is the tandems are slid all the way back. So what that's doing is it's making it so I can't get a solid pull that I want, which is right here. I can only go here because of the license plate bracket. The license plate bracket is mounted with bolts that go up into the light panel, and to get out the lights, you have to drill out the rivets. I'm not about to do all that just to take off two bolts to be able to do this. So gonna improvise a little bit here. It's not going to be fixed as good as I wanted, but it's good enough. I don't really feel like getting in a truck and sliding the tandems on these lease trailers because the reality is something's probably broken on the slider system or it's going to break when I use it, so I don't want to deal with another headache over a Mudflap. So we're just going to improvise and fix it as best we can. That's about as good as I can get it. It'll work. It's not as perfect as I'd like, but it's just going to get smashed again probably in the next 7 days. So it's good enough for now. I'm going to go inside now here. I'm going to tighten up all the rest of the bolts on the brackets, and then we're going to put a new brand used Mudflap on, and then this trailer will be done. All right, now it's time to throw on this brand used Mudflap. I took it off a trailer, but the holes are torn out, so I'm just gonna flip it the other way, drill some new holes, and put it on. No reason to put on a new Mudflap and spend the money for these trailers. These trailers have a nice little guide here. I took this off and straightened it with a sledgehammer. Makes it real easy. Drill the two holes at first until I get it on, and then I'll drill the remaining holes, because sometimes stuff just doesn't line up pretty, or you drill your holes crooked like what I just did. So it's better to only be fighting a single crooked hole instead of 4. Due to the bar being mangled, I'm having trouble getting the holes to line up, so this will happen. If you don't straighten this bar almost perfectly, like I didn't, you're gonna sometimes have this problem, especially if it's bent right where a bolt needs to go in. All right, guys, here's the finished product. Not as perfect as I want, but it is good enough for what I have to deal with right now on this lease trailer. You can see where it's still bent. You can see how the bracket is off shaped. That's because the bar is not perfectly straight, but hey, we got it fixed as best we could without having to slide the tandems and deal with potentially other problems. And that is legal to go down the road, and I'm sure it will be smashed in about a week, so it won't really matter anyways here shortly. All right, guys, that's gonna sum this video up. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, please shoot me a like and a subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to throw them in the comment section. Stay tuned for more content. Thanks, guys.